it's Michelle, and I've got a super simple punch art project for you guys today. We're going to be making Christmas trees, and you guys are not going to believe how easy these are. We're just using circles, and I just picked a green color of cardstock that I thought was good for a Christmas tree. However, the paper was a little bit plain, and it just looked too plain by the time I got the Christmas trees done. So I decided to run that through my Cuttlebug with a Snowflake pattern embossing folder. And it was just this unbranded embossing folder here that I got on eBay, and I will leave you guys a link to that. And I used my stacking circle dies, also unbranded, from eBay, and I'll leave you a link to those as well. So I'm going to be showing you two different size trees here. For each tree, you're just going to need your circles in 3 different sizes. And for my larger one here, I've got a 3.5 inch circle, a 3 inch, and a 2.5. And then I stepped down one size for my smaller one, which is the 3 inch, 2.5, and 2 inch. But before I show you guys how we're going to cut those to make our tree shapes, I wanted to make those snowflakes stand out a little more. So I'm going to do a little bit of ink dragging with my Picket Fence white distress ink from Tim Holtz. And I'm just going to lay down a piece of printer paper just to protect my surface. And I want to kind of make sure that's as flat as I can get it so that it lays flat, because when you're ink dragging, if any part of that is sticking up, it's going to grab the ink more and it's going to look smeared. And I'm going to try my best to lightly touch my ink pad to the surface so that I only ink the snowflakes. If I get a little bit of white on the flat areas, that's okay, but I'm going to try my best not to get too much of that. Turn it around so I can get the other side. It's a little more difficult with the smaller ones. They're hard to hold on to. And you guys can see how that made those snowflakes stand out so much more. I think that is so pretty. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink drag the rest of these so I get those snowflakes highlighted. And there we have all of our ink dragging done, and you guys can see I got a little bit of streaks here and there, but that just makes it look a little more distressed, as long as we don't get too much on the background and we really just kind of touch the surface of those snowflakes to get those highlighted so they'll stand out a little more. That makes them stand out a little more and also helps differentiate the layers of our tree from each other. So we're going to go ahead and start building. I think I'm going to start with my smaller one first. And for each tree, you're only going to need 1/4 of each of these circles. So it is super simple. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I'm going to cut that in half. And then I can just hold those together. And cut those in half. And I'm going to pick out the one I like best. And I think that's going to be this one here. So I'm just going to continue cutting and get all of these cut into fourths and put 1/4 of each one over here to the side for our trees. Okay, so I've got them all cut, and I laid one of each size for my smaller tree here and one of each size for my larger tree here. And you guys saw that we repeated sizes, like the middle size on my small tree is the same as the smallest size on my larger tree. So I really could have used some more of those, but the more pieces you've got, the more trees you can build. You could even build one that was 4 layers high. So we'll get the smallest one here, the middle size, and one up from that, and then one of the larger one. Let's see. I think we'll get this one for the largest one. And as many different sizes of circles you have, you can make your tree as many tiers high as you want it. I just thought 3 was going to be kind of cute for a Christmas tree, but I'll go ahead and do one with all 4 different sizes too. So we'll have 3 trees total. So I went ahead and got some glitter cardstock, and I'm just going to simply punch out a star punch for those and have a glittery star topper for each tree. One in silver, one in gold, and one in that beautiful opulent opal. So to build our trees, I'm just going to take some foam squares, and these are my Dollar Tree foam squares. I'm going to put one on the back of my middle piece, kind of toward the bottom. And then just kind of eyeball how high up you want that to be and stick it on. And then for this one, I think I'm going to use a half of a foam tab. Put that toward the bottom. And place that on as well. And I'm going to go ahead and take this other half and stick it right there too, because that's raised up another layer higher, and that way it's going to even it out for us. And then just put one of your stars on top. And since we already have 2 thicknesses of foam tape on there, I'm just going to glue my star straight down. And I'm really only concentrating that glue toward the bottom of my star, because the top is going to be sticking up above it just slightly. And that art glitter glue does dry clear, but I like to take a stiff bristled brush and kind of get the majority of that out anyway. So there is one of our Christmas trees, and I think it is so cute. So now we'll do our larger one. Bring in those 3 pieces. And again, I'm going to put foam tab on the back of my middle piece toward the bottom. Get my placement how I want it on there. And if you want a little movement going on here, you could kind of turn them a little bit wonky. And again, I'm going to use a half tab for my top layer. Toward the bottom, stick it on. And you don't have to add another layer of foam behind that. You can kind of let that go back on your card or scrapbook page or whatever you decide to put it on, and just kind of have your one layer kind of stair stepping, and that'll be okay too. So I'm going to put on my star. I'm going to go ahead and get hold of that with my tweezers by that top point. Put a little bit of art glitter glue toward the bottom and add that on. And I like that gold star too. I think that's so pretty. Okay, so now let's see how it turns out with 4 tiers high. So I'm going to put on my second one up from the bottom, I'm going to put a foam tab on there. And on this one, I think we're definitely going to let our foams stair step, because we can't build new height with every layer of this. It's just too many. I think that would just be too much. And another tab on the back of my third one up. And a little half tab on my top one. And I'm going to add my star. This time the white one, the opulent opal. And I think that is so pretty. I think I actually prefer the 4-tier tree. So like I said, you can make them any size that you choose, however many layers you want to go high with yours. You can space your tiers out farther, you can put them closer together. It's up to you, because you're going to have plenty of pieces by the time you cut each circle into 4 anyway. You can build many layers onto your tree. You could come back and add some little flat back rhinestones or flat back pearls for ornaments. I think that would be adorable. But today I just wanted to focus on the punch art aspect, and as you guys saw, these were super simple. And you could do this with pretty much any round shape. Like I just used plain circles here. You could use scalloped circles. You could use the doily die cuts, or just simply the paper doilies that you can buy at Dollar Tree. Anything that you think has a nice edge to it that you would want to be your Christmas tree, if it comes in a circular shape, cut it in quarters and give it a try. These are super easy, and I had a lot of fun with them, and I think they turned out really cute. So you guys be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of my punch art Christmas trees. I had so much fun with them. If you guys create some like these, or with a new design that you come up with, I'd love to see it over in our Facebook group. It's called Craftie Minds. I'll have a link to that below, along with everything else. If you're not a member already, please go on over and join and share your crafts with us. I love seeing what everybody's working on. And also follow my Craftie Facebook page to get updates on what I'm doing and what I've got going on. But the group is a really great place to share and connect with other crafters, and there are so many over there. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have all the links in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.